Hi, I'm Papa Hiker and I'm here with the Norden axis that Fiskars have so kindly sent me. So I have the axis for 2 months now and got to know them pretty well. So offering a high-end, more traditional option is a big challenge if your normal range is already so good and at such a good price point. Now, if we look at some of the technical properties of these axes, the first thing you notice if you already know the other Fiskars series of much beloved axes is that it does not have a handle that goes all the way through, is hollow on the inside and is integrated with the head. Instead, the top part of the handle is integrated with the head, and the bottom part is a hickory shaft. I personally like it if the handle end is very pronunciated, so that the axe can swing in your hand without having the risk of losing it there. I really like how the handles feel in my hands. But I have to say that I have very big hands. So if you have smaller hands, you may feel differently about that, but I really like the holds of them. You can hold axes in several positions. This is a position that you would use for feather sticking, sharpening stuff, and as an alternative to a knife. Completely on the end will give you the most swing and the most power, but a little less control. So for smaller cutting work, you sometimes hold it in the middle. All three of these positions work well in my hands. And that is also true for the bigger axe, but this axe is a little heavier, a little bigger, so I find it a bit less suited for one-hand use. And the difference between the N7 and the N10 is apparent immediately when you pick them up. The N10, single-handed or double-handed use, a lot of versatility. The N7, single-handed use only. Now, the added versatility of the N7 is apparent in a few things. First, this part is longer, so much more of the shaft is protected from overhitting when you split wood. The axe head is wider towards the shaft. That means that it's more protected and it pulls the wood farther apart when it splits wood. It does mean that it penetrates the wood a little less when you're using it for chopping. Now the N7 is much lighter, easy to use with one hand, and I feel that the N7 and I will spend a lot of time together. So the N7 has the character of a wilderness hatchet or a traditional kitchen axe that would also be used, for instance, to butcher chicken. The N10 more has the characteristics of a small universal axe. For instance, on the multi-day canoe trip that we and the kids will go next summer, the N10 would be the obvious choice. What I did notice is that, even though it said on the box that they come straight out of the box sharpened, ready to use, and they will stay sharp, I kind of found that that was not the case. This one was rather sharp, but the N10 was actually kind of blunt when I took it out of the case. But after a little bit of use, I think some of the coating wore off on the cutting edge, and it's sharper now. And nevertheless, I did take a grinding stone and sharpened it at an angle of 30 degrees, just a few passes to touch it up. Now there's basically two ways to look at the head protectors that you get with them. One way to look at these is, well, they're functional, they're safe, and they're durable. That's a handy thing. The other way to look at it would be, man, seriously? I for one am going to make my own leather sheets for these axes. So in conclusion, I'm enthusiastic about the Fiskars Northern range. Great that they came out with this. I think many people will love them and want to buy them and have them on their Christmas shopping list this year. I look forward to a long-standing relation with these axes.